What is going on, everyone? First and foremost, I want to say thank you for being here right now, watching this video. I do really appreciate for your time, and I would really appreciate if you do consider subscribing, simply because it does truly help me out a lot. Now, we're going to be reacting to Oleksandr Usyk reveals shocking details on the dirty referee, man. Now, it's not uncommon where you see situations like this. You get what I mean? Two big boxers would hop in the ring and, do their thing, and there'd always be that one referee, man. That one referee who just wants to play dirty. And, the thing about this referee, man, he always picks a side. You get what I mean? He picks his fighter who he's going to want to help. And then, everything just plays out from there, right? You get what I mean? And a lot of people are saying we see situations like this simply because the referee placed his bets. You get what I mean? Placed his bets on who would win. And, things aren't going according to his bet, if you get what I mean. Things aren't working out in his favor. So now he just, he has to get in there and play dirty, you get what I mean, in order to help his fighter try to win that fight. But overall, it still didn't work, bro. But overall, that's just, that's an allegation, you know what I mean? It's nothing too serious. But overall, man, enough of the app, and let's just play the video, see what it's talking about. Then I'll share the rest of my opinion at the end of the video.
Onto the ropes. A lot of people were confused. The referee, to be fair, had a bit of a stinker because he was getting involved when Fury was under pressure, when Usyk was landing left hook, right hook, left hook, double left hook.
The boxing world has been pointing out the poor refereeing decisions during the Tyson Fury versus Oleksandr Usyk fight. Carl Froch criticized the referee for stopping the fight in the 9th round when the Gypsy King was knocked down by Usyk. As for Usyk, he didn't seem to care about him being robbed of a knockout. Here's how he responded.
Do you feel like a knockout was stolen from you?
I don't think about it, because we have a winner. Okay, maybe. I don't think about it, because...
Tyson Fury, meanwhile, slammed the judges for favoring Usyk on the scorecards. The British heavyweight believes he was ripped off instead of Usyk. The Tyson Fury versus Oleksandr Usyk fight had some controversial decisions made that are now being called out by the experts. But what did they have to say? Stick around and watch as we find out in this video. The Oleksandr Usyk versus Tyson Fury clash was an exciting one, with both fighters giving it their all in this undisputed heavyweight clash. Both fighters were praised for putting up a show and living up to the expectations everyone had of this fight. However, no big fight is free from controversy, and the same was the case with this fight. The boxing world pointed out how the referee was biased and favored the Gypsy King in this clash. But let's review the fight first and take a look at where referee Mark Nelson got it wrong. Usyk was aggressive from the opening bell, repeatedly getting inside his taller opponent's defenses to land body shots. Fury was his usual carefree self, even putting both arms on the ropes in a corner and pretending to dodge punches when Usyk advanced. But Fury picked up his attack from the 3rd round, working his size advantage and his typically unpredictable movement to throw right hands behind his sharp jab. Fury appeared to hurt Usyk with body shots right at the belt, and he rocked Usyk twice in the 6th with vicious uppercuts. Usyk refused to bow down and rallied, bloodying Fury's nose and face with a left hand. Usyk then punished Fury in the 9th, hitting him with another concussive left before battering the British star around the ring. Fury sagged into a corner while barely staying on his feet with about 10 seconds left in the round. But just as Usyk was tightening the screw and looking to close in on a historic win, the referee pulled the pair apart and gave the Brit a standing count. Then the klaxon sounded, followed by the bell as Fury escaped.
He's down! They'll call it a knockdown!
Usyk was robbed of a knockout win, and the boxing world was furious. As for Usyk, he didn't seem to care. During the post-fight interview, the champion was asked about a possible knockout, which he dismissed. He stated that he already earned the victory, and crying over a lost knockout made no sense to him. It seems like Usyk isn't bothered about the path to victory as long as he gets the win. Fans reacted to Usyk's response, and many heaped praises on the Ukrainian boxer. One user wrote, "That's my champ, the Mamba mindset." Another user commented, "He won fair and square." Pointing out the controversial referee decision, one user wrote, Ref definitely saved Fury with that standing 8. Should have been stopped. Another commented, "The knockout was not stolen from him. It was a knockdown as per the rules of boxing, as Fury was saved by the ropes. Great win nonetheless. Maybe if there was a bit more time in that round, he would have got the knockout. But as it happened, it was all fair and square." While Usyk did not complain about the referee's controversial decision, his promoter Oleksandr Usyk was not happy.
But he had to win in the 9th. But referee has stolen his victory.
What do you mean?
He had to stop the fight in the 9th.
Do you believe Tyson should have been stopped then?
Yes.
Usyk expressed strong dissatisfaction with the referee's decision and argued that the referee stole Usyk's victory by not stopping the fight in the 9th round, which he believed was warranted. He was adamant that Tyson Fury should have been stopped at that point, suggesting that Fury was in no condition to continue. Usyk was also critical of the judges' scorecards, describing them as unacceptable. He stated that it was impossible to be happy with the scorecards that evening. According to his assessment, Usyk had clearly won 7 rounds compared to Fury's 5, and this was before considering the point deduction for the knockdown. He implied that the judges' scoring did not accurately reflect Usyk's dominance in the fight. When asked about the possibility of a rematch between Usyk and Fury, Usyk did not provide a definitive answer, but emphasized his belief that the initial fight's outcome was unjust. Fury, on the other hand, maintained that he should have won the fight, a stance Usyk dismissed by pointing out that fighters often do not acknowledge their losses immediately after a match. Speaking of Fury, he cried foul over the judges' scorecards, implying that he won the fight. He stated that he dominated a few rounds, particularly the early rounds of this clash. The Gypsy King also stated that the judges were biased in their decision since Usyk's country, Ukraine, was at war, and it felt right to give him the victory. However, the Gypsy King had one final warning stating that he still has a rematch and that he'll be back for revenge. During the post-fight press conference, however, the Gypsy King showed his respect for Usyk and praised him for the victory.
It was what it was. I'm not going to cry about spilled milk. I've had plenty of victories and I've gave God the glory. I've had this one loss and a close fight, you know, with a good man like Usyk. And it was what it was. I tried my best in there. I was having a lot of fun.
World also expressed its disappointment over the controversial referee decision.
Yeah, mate, that's how he was. That guy, I don't know what the hell was that about. That was the most dodgiest count I've ever heard in boxing.
In an interview with IFL TV, Derek Chisora shared his candid reactions to the fight. Chisora was visibly frustrated and bewildered by the referee's handling of the 9th round, where he felt the count given to Fury was overly generous and suspect. He described it as the most dodgiest count he had ever witnessed in boxing, implying that it was unnecessarily prolonged and lacked integrity. Chisora emphasized that boxing is a great sport, but warned that such questionable decisions could tarnish its reputation. He expressed concern that these kinds of controversies could lead fans to fall out of love with the sport. Chisora urged the boxing community to avoid ruining the sport with stupid things like this, highlighting the importance of maintaining fairness and credibility in boxing.
Hey, he must be the #1 fighter now of all time.
#1 player, right?
Yeah, no, he is. He is because I mean, like in the rank, if he's talking about going back to cruiserweight.
Despite his criticism, Chisora praised the overall quality of the fight, describing it as a great fight and a great show. He noted the unique atmosphere of the event, pointing out that the absence of alcohol allowed fans to fully engage with and appreciate the match. Chisora relished the live reactions from the crowd, who were deeply engrossed in the action. Looking ahead, Chisora expressed confidence in a potential rematch between Fury and Usyk. He was adamant that Fury would take the rematch and predicted that he would come back stronger and heavier to smoke Usyk. Chisora conveyed his belief in Fury's resilience and determination, asserting that the Gypsy King would return with a vengeance. Tyson Fury's former opponent, David Haye, expressed his joy over Usyk's victory. He had previously predicted a Usyk win and even foresaw some controversial decisions where Usyk would be at a disadvantage.
Definitely glad that Usyk, I wasn't expecting Usyk to have that sort of punch power and to have him in that much sort of trouble. I saw it more of Usyk being the one moving around boxing, but he was the one hunting Fury the whole way.
Expressing his satisfaction, Hay highlighted that without the knockdown, the judges might have scored the fight in favor of Fury. Hay was surprised by Usyk's punching power and his ability to trouble Fury. Contrary to his expectations of Usyk being more defensive, Usyk was aggressive and hunted Fury throughout the match, while Fury was clowning around. Hay believed that the right man won and was very pleased with the outcome. Regarding the controversial 9th round, Hay criticized the referee's decision to stop the action, give Fury a count, and then an additional 20 seconds. He called it some of the worst refereeing in such an important fight. Hay imagined the injustice if the fight had been judged differently, and Usyk had lost despite having Fury fully out on his feet. Hay also commented on what Fury needed to do to secure a victory. He suggested that Fury should have thrown more quality punches, including power punches and body shots, rather than trying to steal rounds. Fury's lack of dominance in the rounds was a critical factor in his loss, according to Hay. Carl Froch, who had been critical of Fury in the past, also shared his thoughts on the fight.
Putting Usyk under pressure here, but Usyk won the last round. It was close, but Usyk landed the better shots, and the right man won. I did think that it was going to be a draw. I mean, the judge that gave it 114, 113, I believe it was.
He began by expressing his excitement over the historic nature of the fight, highlighting that it had been 25 years since the heavyweight division had an undisputed champion. Froch noted that Fury started the fight relatively well, but was quickly pushed back by Usyk's relentless pressure and movement. He acknowledged that Fury was using his jab effectively and displayed good head movement and feints. However, Usyk's fast feet and amateur style of bouncing around the ring allowed him to control the early rounds. Froch believed Usyk won the first 3 rounds, while Fury began to adapt and come back into the fight by the 4th and 5th rounds. Froch praised Fury for his ability to adjust and improve as the fight progressed. Fury started landing more body shots and uppercuts, which Froch described as particularly effective. Despite this, Froch emphasized Usyk's toughness, noting how well he absorbed Fury's punches and continued to fight back.
Oleksandr Usyk has become the first undisputed heavyweight champion of the world in 25 years. The last person to do it was 1999, Lennox Lewis, Evander Holyfield, so it's been a long time coming. But Usyk did himself proud.
Froch was highly complimentary of Usyk's performance, noting his ability to dominate the early rounds and withstand Fury's attacks. He highlighted Usyk's impressive amateur background and his success as a cruiserweight champion before moving up to heavyweight. Froch mentioned Usyk's previous victories over Anthony Joshua, emphasizing that Usyk had proven himself as a legitimate heavyweight contender. A key moment Froch focused on was the 9th round when Usyk had Fury in trouble, landing a series of punches that nearly resulted in a knockout.
Tyson Fury came out round 1. I was quite happy with the way he was shaping up, but I didn't like the way he was being pushed back on his back foot from round 1. Round 1, 2 and 3, I'm not saying Usyk dominated, but it was controlling the ring. He was in the centre of the ring, dominating behind his jab.
Froch criticized the referee's handling of this round, suggesting that the referee's hesitation may have prevented a stoppage. He noted that Fury was saved by the ropes and the bell, which allowed him to recover and continue fighting. Froch believed that the right man won the fight, stating that Usyk deserved the victory. He criticized one of the judges who scored the fight in favor of Fury, calling it bad scoring. Despite Fury's claim that he believed he won the fight, Froch felt that Usyk's performance, particularly in the critical rounds, clearly demonstrated he was the better fighter on the night. Froch also discussed the potential for a rematch. He speculated on Fury's motivations, suggesting that Fury's claim of winning the fight might be influenced by the financial incentives of a rematch.
If I was Oleksandr Usyk, listen, he's a man of limited needs. He's not a material man. He's a man of God. He's deeply religious, and I love that about him. He's proud and he stands by it. And I just don't think there's any need for Oleksandr Usyk to ever put on a pair of boxing gloves again in his life. What he's done as an amateur, as a cruiserweight, now as a heavyweight, and the way he's finished there, I know he's got a rematch clause and he can make another 50 million quid, maybe more, but I don't think he needs it, and I don't think he's got anything to, well, he hasn't got anything to prove, not if I think it, he hasn't got anything to prove. I'd like to see Usyk now hang his gloves up and just bow out on the top, being the ultimate champion of what he is.
Froch expressed admiration for Usyk's character, describing him as a man of God who is not driven by material wealth. He suggested that Usyk could retire on top, having nothing left to prove in the sport. The boxing world believes Usyk was the clear victor on the night, and that Fury is just finding excuses. But what are your thoughts on the controversial referee decisions? Let us know in the comments. That's it for today. Don't forget to like.
But yeah, man, that is the end of the video. Let me know what you guys think about all of this down in the comment section, and subscribe for more content, man. But my opinion on this whole situation, do y'all think, you know, the referee had money on Tyson Fury? You get what I mean? Because clearly he was helping Tyson Fury. He didn't want to see Tyson Fury go out like that. You get what I mean? Me personally, I definitely think the referee had money on Tyson Fury. You get what I mean? The way he was helping out Tyson Fury is absolutely insane. You could tell bro didn't want to lose his money, but he pretty much lost it anyway because Tyson Fury already lost. But overall, bro, Usyk isn't really tripping off of it. You get what I mean? Doesn't seem like he really cares. You get what I mean? He got the win regardless. He got the win regardless, so he doesn't care, bro. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, bro, it is what it is. If he won, bro. He's not gonna, he's not gonna make a big deal out of it simply because he won regardless. You get what I mean? He beat the judge. He beat the referee. But yeah, man. Pretty much what I'm trying to say is Usyk doesn't really care simply because he won the fight, right? But if it was the other way around and he lost that fight, bro, he would go off on the referee. You get what I mean? He would definitely go off on the referee if he lost that fight. You get what I mean? He would probably even sue the referee for real. You know what I mean? But, he's playing it fair simply because he won the fight, things like that. He's not really tripping off of it. But if he lost, bro, he would have went off on the referee. But overall, gonna end the video here. Don't have too much to say on this whole situation. So I'm gonna leave it to you guys down in the comment section. So let me know what you guys think. Without further ado, peace out.